Star Wars Outlaws is finally here, and there's been a lot of talk about this game over the past couple of months, some positive, some negative, and I definitely had to make sure I played this so I can give you my thoughts and opinions on the game, as well as a little overview so you can know what you're getting yourself into and if you should play it or not. What's good, everybody? Again, this is Blue Satire, and this is going to be my impressions, my little review of the game. I've been able to play this game for about a week, thanks to Ubisoft, thanks to me being a Ubisoft creator. So again, I appreciate them for letting me see the code so I can tell y'all how this game is. And y'all know me, I'm gonna keep it real, I'm gonna keep it honest when it comes to this game, because truth be told, there's been a lot of negative talk when it comes to this game in other games. So I had to make sure I played this because it might be better than what you're expecting it to be. There won't be any spoilers in this because I don't want to give away the story, and also it's actually I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. So let's get into it. So for those who may not know what this game is, in Star Wars Outlaws, you experience the first ever open world Star Wars game. And it's set in between the events of Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. And the main thing about this game is you explore distinct locations in the galaxy, some that are iconic and some that are new. And you play as K-Vest, an emerging scoundrel seeking freedom and means to start a new life, trying to get that money up because it's hard out here in these Star Wars streets. And one of the biggest things that she needs to do in this game is get money. In the attempt to start a new life, will she be able to pull off the greatest heist that the galaxy has ever seen? It's up to you as you fight, steal, and outwit your way through the galaxy's crime syndicates as you join the most wanted list. And in this game, you also got a cute companion named Nix. And Nix is a very useful partner in this game, and one of my favorite parts of the game with how they interact together, the relationship that Nix and Kay has, plus Nix's interactions with the environments and the people around him. So basically, this is your Star Wars game where you take the role of, say, a Han Solo or a Lando. You are the person that's in the underworld trying to make the best of it. So you're gonna be colluding with all types of syndicates, all type of mob bosses, all type of people. And that's the basis of this game, is to explore. And if the basis of this game is to explore, then how do you do that? That's where we go into the gameplay of the game. And it's probably one of those things that people are gonna be looking at the most, because if a game is not fun, you can't play it. And I'll say right now that I've been enjoying playing this game. The gameplay is simple enough, but a lot of things that it offers. Now, I know I've been seeing things go around a long time ago about the slide, and truth be told, it's a Ubisoft game. These animations are, they feel like Ubisoft animations. They feel like some things that we've been playing. So when it comes to, is it being futuristic or like advancing the way some gameplay movements and things are going, I would say no. But is that a detriment to the game? No, because the gameplay is actually fun. And for those of us who miss games like Splinter Cell or those games that give us stealth missions, the gameplay like that, I feel like Star Wars Outlaws does a good job in giving you that kind of infiltration, avoiding people, you fighting when you need to fight type of gameplay. And I mean, one way that you fight is you have a lot of tools that you can use. You got grenades, you got smoke bombs, you got binoculars, grappling hooks, things that help you explore the land, but also help you get in and out of these places you're not supposed to be in. And her combat is a mix of using your blaster and throwing hands, pretty much. There aren't a advancement in the genre as far as action and shooting, but it does what it does well. And the guns feel kind of cool. Like you got to remember you're shooting lasers and plasma rifles and launchers and things, so it's not gonna shoot like those games you're playing in Call of Duty or things like that. While her main weapon is her blaster that you can mod, and you can put all types of other things on it to make it play a little different. You can also pick up other weapons while you're fighting other people in there. Those weapons are some famous weapons you might have seen in Star Wars, like blasters and rifles and launchers, but also it just adds to the gameplay when you're in certain areas. And the other form of combat is, of course, melee, which is not some combo system type thing. It's what you get in games like Tomb Raider or Uncharted. Those, 1-2 punch, bop bop, get you in the head. And a lot of the animations really are for stealth situations or when you're distracting someone, to take people out like you would in a game that involves stealth. And speaking of stealth, your main helpful tool when it comes to stealth, outside of being quiet, sneaking, and doing things like that, is your partner Nix. And Nix can do a lot. And I think Nix is what makes the gameplay for me a lot of fun, because it gives you a lot of options of doing things, but also it helps solve the puzzles, because Nix can do things like fetch weapons and go get them for you. You need some health with the health olive on the other side of the thing. Hey, Nix, go get that for me, cuz. My favorite thing to do, I be stealing in this game. Nix, hey, go get that. I need some money. Look like he got a wallet on him. Go get that for me. But also, Nix can distract things. He can distract cameras, can sabotage things, can alert you, can also attack people and help protect you, which is dope to me. Nix also is pretty much your eagle vision. Like in the Assassin's Creed game, Nix can tell you who's around, what cables you can use. A little helpful hint that you would get from games that give you the eagle vision. Nix is your eyes when it comes to getting around in this underworld and looking for secrets, looking how to connect things, looking how to solve puzzles. Nix got your back. Other parts of gameplay that's pretty much basic is, you know, you have a speeder, which I like the speeder, which you can also upgrade and do certain things. What got me is when I was first playing, I got chased immediately. People blasting me like, "You ain't supposed to be here, boy." I'm like, "Hold up, I just got here." You know, like it's pretty exhilarating to have these chases and things. The speeders are cool, but also they have the starships, which to me feels like a mix of I would say Starfield and No Man's Sky. Like you can fly to other planets. There are ship battles. The ship battles are cool. It's not anything to write home for. I think I like No Man's Sky when it comes to ships and space exploration the most, but they do a good job of giving you that feel that you're in space and exploring things and going planet to planet and exploring that world. So I think it's pretty cool, and you can upgrade the ship just like you can upgrade everything else, but it is what you expect it to be. All in all, I think the gameplay is good for what it is, and it makes the game enjoyable. And with the stealth, with the gunplay, with the exploration and looking for new things, I think it does a good job at giving you some gameplay. Now, can things get repetitive? We'll talk about it a little bit when it comes to what systems and how this game really functions. All in all, the gameplay helps push what I feel is the meat of the game and the meat of the experience in Star Wars Outlaws. And that's the Imperial Wanted system and reputation systems. Now, when it comes to the game, you know what you're doing. You're pretty much, you a thief. You out here getting your money. You getting it how you need to do it. Dirty, clean, however it matters. So you know you're gonna get wanted like it's GTA. And that's where the Empire comes in at. If you get caught committing crimes against the Empire, they're gonna put you on the wanted list. And depending on how severe your crimes are, you can either like hide out for a minute until, you know, everything cool, or when they see you, it's on sight. But one thing that's constant in this game is that your actions will pose consequences or benefits. And when you have to interact with a lot of these factions, a lot of people and the Empire, you're gonna be in some trouble. And who's gonna help you in that when you're in that trouble? Another part of that is the people that you meet in this game have abilities that's gonna help you out. And those are the experts. And I'm not gonna tell you what those are because it's cool unlocking them, but it might be something like helping you fight, or they give you tools or access to something, or they give you a skill that you didn't know you needed. Experts around are dope because those are the people that you get to meet and you learn from. And the thing about it, as this is an open world game, a lot of these things are optional, so it's something that you go in to look for. And it makes it, again, feels like this game world is alive and making it more natural to go find things. And again, where being a Ubisoft game actually benefits it. But even outside of just the Empire, you have other folks that represent the relationships that you will be making in this game in the reputation system. There are a couple of crime syndicates, and I tell you the ones that they've already introduced with the Crimson Dawn, the Pike Syndicate, and the Hut Cartel, as these are the folks that we've seen some of these folks in games. We know that they run the underworld very well. Your interactions with them affect the other people, and I think that's what makes this game interesting and what makes it fun for me, is because my actions have consequences. And it could be from as little as, if I gain trust with one crime organization, they got more jobs for me. They might give me some more material. They might sell things for me cheaper. They might give me some secrets. I can go to their territory. They'd be cool with me. But also that means that I might have to do something that's gonna make somebody else in another syndicate mad. And if they see me in the streets, they either gonna be like, "Hey, run me my money. I'm about to shoot you," or if you try to get into their territory, they will kick you out if they catch you in there. And sometimes if they hate you just enough, they will shoot on sight. So you gotta watch what you're doing, but You gotta play your cards right and play the system right. Sometimes you're gonna have to double cross somebody. Sometimes you're gonna have to earn the trust back. But I think what I like about this reputation system is that's how you get quests. That's how you get quest choices. That's how you get certain things. That's how you get certain contracts. That's how you get more in the game by actually playing and being that person, being who Kay is, making decisions for Kay to who she should trust, who she should be loyal to, or she should be loyal to no one. It's really about picking which syndicate to who's gonna benefit you in the long run in the moment. And that changes the way the game goes for you or what's available to you. And I think that's dope. Speaking of your reputation with syndicates and things and the quests that they give you, there are a bunch of type of quests. And I said earlier this is where some may feel it can be repetitive, but also it can be rewarding because you never know what type of job you're gonna get to do. And that's what I like about it, playing that role of a scoundrel. And honestly, your goal is to gain trust so you can recruit who you need to recruit to help you in your goals. And some of these quests can be simple things like, hey, I need you to go find this and find out who's snitching on me. I need you to go sabotage this for this person. I need you to take this person. I need you to sneak in and do this for me. Or there could be certain things like you could be minding your business, walking around and somebody be like, hey, come here, fam, come here. I gotta ask you something. Like quests are abundant. There are main quests. There are quests that just happen if you find them. There are quests that have branches from other quests. Like, I like that it feels alive because you never know. You could be sitting at the bar and they give you an option to eavesdrop. And now you heard about some new information of something secret that you can go find yourself. Also, the locals and others can give you quests just because you was exploring. And that's what I like about this game is exploration gives you other options of finding new things and new quests. And that's what you need in open world games to keep the game feeling alive. For some that could be repetitive, but for me, I think that gives it charm and giving me that feeling of being a scoundrel in this Star Wars world, which is pretty built and fleshed out. Because even in the open world, you might be driving along on your bike and you might find something, a shipwreck or something like, hey, explore that. And then boom, something else just opened up for you. Or you could be flying along and somebody's sitting on the side like, hey, you want to race? Like it's one of those things that you tend to find in open world games that have those procedurally generated missions. Kind of like, remember how Red Dead was, things like that. That's in here, and I think that's what makes this game feel very open, very, very alive when it comes to a Star Wars open game, and I think they're doing a good job on that. All in all, I do think that this is a game that people, if they want to see a new Star Wars game in an open world setting, that they should definitely try out. Ubisoft did work close with Lucasfilm's games, and you can tell that they actually took in consideration what a Star Wars fan would like. You can tell that there are things in here that they wanted to let you see and be a part of without actually having a lightsaber. I know a lot of these games we play with Star Wars that's open world, it's always, everybody want to be a Jedi. But what about being a scoundrel? What about being someone who's trying to work their way from the bottom up to get money? What about somebody who's not worried about the light side or the dark side, but is trying to make a living? And you can tell that they did very well trying to make new locations, new characters, and new stories, and mixing them in with things that we already know about, creating a familiar yet new world of opportunities. And I think that this game does well with that. Now, again, I will say that if you're looking for something that kind of pushes the genre, or if you're a very technical person, you slide animations make you mad, and the punches is, you're gonna be mad. But is it a solid and good game? I gotta be honest and say yes. And this comes from somebody who always be like, hey, I like you, booty soft. I'll be making the booty soft joke, like, and we all have had that feeling about some Ubisoft games being kind of bloated and things like that. But I feel like that actually benefits Star Wars Outlaws because they're creating a world that we want to explore. It's a space world for one. That's what I want more of that myself. For the most part, my only cons with it is that it may get repetitive for some, and like some of the animations can feel a little but for the most part the gameplay feels fun. And I think what makes it interesting is the story and the systems that they put in place, as far as the reputation system and being wanted and things like that. That adds a bit of like immersiveness in the gameplay, and that's what I like about it. So if you're asking me, should you play this game, I'm gonna absolutely say yes. What would I grade it? I ain't been giving games grades for a while, but I honestly would give this like for me, a solid 8 out of 10. it is a game that you probably should play. And honestly, if it was nominated for some awards, I wouldn't even be mad, because they actually did a great job with this game. And despite what people are saying, despite people saying the DEI this, DEI that, blah, 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 go woke, go broke, this game is just a game that you can tell was made from love of the Star Wars franchise. And this game was made for a Star Wars fan, but also a fan of this open world games that aren't tired of those yet. And I feel like this is a game that you can definitely have fun in putting yourself in, despite who the character is or what they may look like. I know some people have problems with that. I don't. I think that Kay is a dope protagonist. I think that all the people surrounding her in this game done a great job, especially with the voice acting, the urgency of the characters and the things that they're going through the story. I think they did good. So for me, make sure y'all go check this game out. Again, thank you Ubisoft for letting me even play this early, because I definitely wanted to give an honest opinion on this game and get it out as soon as I could. So, but let me know how y'all felt about this in the comment section. Let me know if you're getting this game. Let me know if you started playing this already, and let me know what other games y'all want to talk about and what other games you're looking forward to. And are you a Star Wars fan? Let me know what some of your favorite Star Wars lore moments or things like that are in the comment section. I appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all have a good one, and bye.